People ask me that question a lot. How do you know God's voice? Like, if God is really speaking to your heart, how would I know that this is really God and not just coming from me, like my human thoughts? And I tell people a story. I tell them that once upon a time, years ago, I was still single. My room actually had a balcony. And I loved sitting in that balcony and just gazing. And I'd be so absorbed by, the sound of the wind. And the sound of the wind, I think it hit the balcony at a certain point that it bounced off. And there was this beautiful sound. And sometimes there were pitches. So I would be there and I'd be praying or I'd be thanking God and I would be listening to this sound. And then a friend of mine came, visited me, and I said, "Hey, come over here." And so we were chatting in the balcony. And then I said, hey, listen to that sound. and my friend said, "What sound?" And I said, there, see. And my friend said, "Don't hear a thing." And so then I realized, because I live there. And I've attuned myself to the frequency of that sound that my ear actually picked it up and his didn't. And I think that's the same way in the spiritual life. I think as the years go by, you will be more attuned to the frequency of God's voice. And you'll be able to recognize His voice a little bit easier than, let's say, if you're starting in the spiritual journey. In fact, in the start of the spiritual journey, you'll be making mistakes. You thought that it was God speaking to you in your heart or in your mind, when in fact it was just you. And that's okay, because you're just learning. You're learning to walk. You're going to fall. You're going to make mistakes. That's fine. Be patient with yourself. As the years go by, your discernment skill will grow. And then you will begin to say, more and more you'll know this is not from the Lord, or this is just from me, or this one is from God. The basic foundation of knowing God's will, God's voice, is actually Scripture, and then Catholic teaching, forming your conscience, especially in decisions between right and wrong. It'll be a little bit more difficult to discern God's will in choices between good and good. And for us to understand that most often, I believe that we need to be more courageous during those moments to say, no, I really believe in choices between good and good. It's possible that both of them are within the broad will of God. God's will is narrow in choices between good and bad. It's very clear. You should choose the good. But in choices where it is between two goods, we need to have more courage to trust in the Lord. And again, to ask the question, is it possible that both are found in the will of God? So take time and journey with the Lord. Thank you for watching Soul Food. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Send your questions over. I hope I can answer them. You can send them through video or just write on the comments section. Thank you so much. This is Sanchez for Soul Food. Always crave for more.